A majority of Americans in a new CBS News New York Times poll say a terror attack on the U.S. is either likely or somewhat likely in the next few months. And that fear is permeating the midterm elections. Terrorism now ranks as the third most important issue. ISIS is appearing in campaign ads across the country. Nancy Cordes is on Capitol Hill to show us how one spot is getting a lot of attention. Nancy, good morning.
Good morning. The ad was released by an Arizona Republican who is running for Congress, and it's not the topic of the ad that was so controversial because a lot of candidates are now talking about ISIS. It was the image the candidate used of American journalist James Foley just before he was beheaded.
Terrorist threats are growing. Are we secure?
It was the first ad to show an ISIS captive, and reaction was swift. On Arizona Republican Wendy Rogers' Facebook page, one person wrote, "You have disrespected James Foley's parents and his memory." Another called the ad sick, pathetic, and disgusting. Her campaign argued Rogers was only using recent events to highlight differences between herself and the Democratic incumbent.
Kyrsten Sinema allowed her liberal agenda to get in the way of our safety.
That's an argument being made by GOP challengers across the country. Republicans say the president opened the door himself when he admitted in August that he didn't have a strategy to combat ISIS.
President Obama and Senator Shaheen seem confused about the nature of the threat. Not me.
In the new CBS News poll, 51% of Americans disapprove of the way President Obama has handled the situation with ISIS militants in Iraq and Syria. And while 3/4 of Americans say Congress has done a fair or poor job assessing the ISIS threat, 53% of Americans think Republicans are more likely to do a better job dealing with terrorism.
While ISIS grew, Obama kept waiting, and Kay Hagan kept quiet.
Democratic Senator Kay Hagan pushed back against that ad in a debate in North Carolina last night.
When I see what Speaker Tillis has done, he is waffling on these issues. He is spineless on what he would do to take ISIS out. I have been clear. I have been decisive.
And another Democrat, Colorado Senator Mark Udall, tried to head off criticism by releasing an ad of his own.
Mark Udall, Intelligence Committee member, chair of the Committee on Strategic Forces, determined to defeat ISIS with full support for American airstrikes in Syria and Iraq.
And here's how hot this issue is. Late yesterday, Udall's opponent released an ad of his own, pointing out all the times that Udall has missed Armed Services Committee hearings. And overnight, Wendy Rogers changed her ad. She took out the video of James Foley and put out this statement, Charlie. Wendy Rogers edited the opening 2 seconds of her 30-second commercial to maintain focus on Kyrsten Sinema's votes.
Nancy, thanks.